So a while ago, Reactive Outdoor were kind enough to send me out a tent review, the 3-second pop-up tent. I thought, yeah, it's not really my thing, but for someone starting out or car camping, it was brilliant. They were quite happy with the review, to be fair, because I pointed out the fact that you can actually take the sleeping compartment out and have it as like a sunshade thing, easy pop-up sunshade thing. And they asked me, would I be interested in having a look at and possibly first impressions review of their inflatable 10-person tent. And I said, again, it's not my thing, but yeah, we'll give it a go. But just don't expect it to be done as quick as possible, because you know I've got other stuff on the go and I can't actually find anywhere to inflate this tent. Can't take it down a local park because I get moaned at. So kindly, a chap I do work for has said that I could use his warehouse to set it up in and have a look at it. So yeah, we're here. So yeah, thank you, Tim. We'll go around the bag, see what's in there. It is quite a unique idea, this tent, and I have inflated it already here. But we're going to time it, and we're just going to see what it's all about, and I'll give you my thoughts. Bloody hell, I hope this mic's working. So yeah, here it is. It's quite a lump, but it's a really good bag. It really is. Hang on, I'll go get the specs. This thing's so big, I could just lean on it. It's like a bloody mattress. Okay, so the specs are, it's 270 centimeters long, 370 centimeters wide, and that's the floor space. When it's inflated, 370 by 270, and its height is 210 centimeters. So it's a fair old bit. There's a fair old bit of space. Weight, 12.8 kg. I actually think it's a little bit lighter, and I'll tell you why, because I just think it's a little bit lighter. Yeah, 6 persons with space for gear, or 10 persons with no space for gear. Yeah, I can actually say I think you can only really fit 6 people in there, because you're gonna have your gear, aren't you? 10 people, you know, piled in there like bloody sardines. Carry handles on it. Nice clips to either side. You can really ratchet down. You've got instructions here. What's that say? I can read it backwards. Gap. Peg corners before inflating. Yeah, good advice. When the air pump stops, lift the air beams. Right, we'll do that. We'll remember that. So you got your tent. I jammed it in there. There's your tent, and something's just rolled off. There's no way that's like nearly 13 kilos, no way. Little tube with a tent repair patch in it. I think there's 2 or 3 in there, but if you unscrew it, water seal. There's your battery for the inbuilt inflation pump. I think it, like, on one charge, it will last 5 uses. So yeah, it's got a bit of longevity, this. Ground sheet, good. It's nice to see a company actually including ground sheet. I hate it when they don't include the bloody ground sheet. You've got the thank you card, which they gave with the other tent, which is really nice. You can get more gifts. Tyvek instructions actually in the bag. It's handy if you've never done this before. Oh, after the second time, you won't forget. Pegs, shepherd hooks. I'm not even going to bother taking them out because I can't peg it down in here. I am sorry, it's not an outdoors video, but this is the best I could do with what I had. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 12. So what I'm going to get this all spread out and set it up. Get the inflation, we'll time that. And I'll give you a bit of a tip. If you buy one of these, I'll give you a bit of a tip what to do before it's fully inflated. Another nice thing they've done is they've got the straps, compacting straps on it. That's just a lot of companies don't even do that. They just give you a bit of old cloth that's left over from the floor just to wrap round. So it's simple. Just unroll it best you can. It's a wide boy. Find your inflation area, which is this here, and just unfold it. So yeah, it is definitely a wide boy. There's your inflation button there. That's where you put the battery with the arrow pointing up, but there's valves, there's 2 of them, I believe. You've got to do these up, obviously, before inflating. There should be a red one on the other side. Yeah. So you've got to do both of those up. Make sure they're both done up, because you'll just be pumping air into nothing then. So just do this one up. And that is it all set. So battery, arrow up into there. It should just slot in really nice. I got it. Yeah, I got that right. Till it clicks. Then it's as simple as this. Push the button. And it's gonna hum a fair old bit. Let the games begin. Time. That's on. John. So the pump has stopped. It's at 5:15, but I've had to piss about with the camera for a bit, so I had to pause it before the, the time lapse and that. So it is 6 minutes or just under. That is good. For a tent this size, that is good. Now, I'm going to show you what I was on about when there's something you got to do before you erect it. So there's air vents on the top. I'll go around this side. Yeah, there's air vents on the top. What you want to do is get to one side before you pull up the arms entirely. This is hassle. There's like Highland toffee bar. Just get one or 2 of those vents, or how many ever of those vents you want up, and then, yeah, just pull out the arms basically. Oh, will you? And it's just falling over. This is why you peg it down, I'm guessing. No, I've made a hash of that. It's so light I can just move it around. So pull up the arms. No, I've cacked it. The arms, there you go. Now I'm going to get it all straightened out and that, and show you around. Owner turned up, didn't he, with his dog, and yeah, I had to say hello and stuff because he's been kind enough to lend me the space. So yeah, we'll just get it straightened out. I might have to move it back a bit so you can get the full view, the full picture. It's a big boy. It is a big boy. So let's take you around. I know it's not taut, but when they are taut, they are really, really nice. So it's a fairly simple tent. I mean, you see what I mean about the vents? I mean, I'm budging 6 foot here and I'm barely reaching that. But yeah, you've got a window here, which you can close up from the other side. You've got these vents here, which you can't actually get to from the inside. I'll show you in a bit. But they pull out and they're kind of angled onto the floor, but there's actually storage in there. So you could store all your boots and your wet clobber, like dirty stuff you don't want bringing into the main compartment in there, but you can't get to it from the inside. It is mainly for ventilation, but it's a good idea. We've got guy lines, 2 point, 1, 2, into a singular ring there. These are really nice guy lines, quite thick too. And you've got these tensioners here, which they actually work really well. Once you know how to use them, they work really well. But 2 points, that's I can imagine it's being fairly stable in moderate winds. I mean, 2 points, and that's 1 on each corner, so there's 4 of those lines. So yeah, I can imagine that being quite stable. Yeah, let's take you around more. You've got an electric lead hole there, which is handy, because you're going to be using this on campsites that might have an electric hookup. So Yeah, that's a good idea. Here's your door. Let's zip that up. Be easier if it was taut. Let's put you down. So it's 2 zip, and there's a storm flappage, which is nice. So yeah, you've got your top and side zip, and then you've got your bottom zip here, which is handy. You get more ventilation coming through that way, but there's a lot of ventilation in this tent. I don't think you're going to need to piss about with ventilation through the door. I don't know what these zips are, but they do seem really good quality. Yeah, they do. Yeah, there's a mesh panel here, and there is a flap on the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. You have a valve pocket, and it's pretty much symmetrical both sides. Yeah, it's looks wise, I do like the look of this tent, you know, the green and the grey. It's not odd, it's not overly complicated, it is a very simple design. The only thing that's not simple in it is the inflation system. And the inflation system actually makes it easy to set up. So it is a really well thought out wig wham. So like I said, it's symmetrical all the way around. So each side's the same, front and back are the same. You can roll these doors up, toggle and loop. That's a nice loop, that, and toggle. Yeah, there's 2 points to toggle it. So that is handy. Andy, dandy. Step inside, add the duck. Yeah. Hey, look at this. This is bigger than my lounge. So yeah, let's take you through. There's a nice wide opening to get through, and it is a massive, massive tent. Like I said, you've got these windows here, which you can do up, dual zipped. Yeah, nice and simple, and that's got its own toggle and loop system. So that's, yeah, that's quite well thought out. Storage is always a problem in any tent, no matter the size. That storage for doors, that's a good idea. I'm glad they included that. There's your vents up here. There's a few loose threads, but it's not anything bad. I spent nearly 500 quid on a Nor tent last year, and that had a few loose threads. Nothing to complain about, but it was a bit disheartening. That's 500 quid. This is a family tent for £400 with an amazing inflating system, and there's not really a problem with the loose threads. We've got a lantern hook up here. It's handy. Yeah, there's those vents. You can't get to them, those bars from the inside, so it's a bit of a pain, but there's plenty of ventilation in here. And here's those doors, or those side hatches there. There's no way of getting into them. I think it would have been cool if they had a zip. Just a one-way zip would have done. Just so you can open and close it and put stuff in that stow pocket or ventilation. Talking of pockets, you've got one large one there, one large one there. Yeah, storage is good. But what I'm really impressed with is these air beams. Don't know if you'll be able to see them properly because it's so dark and I haven't got my bloody light, have I? But these air beams are really, okay. I'm squeezing on that with all my force and I just cannot crush it in, make an indentation. It's just really, that's a stiff one. These beams are stiff, yes. I am amazed by it. If I had a way of actually getting this thing to the places I'd like to go and I was able to use it in those places I want to go, I'd really, really consider taking this on a few adventures. Because there's acres of room in here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just hit me bloody head on the beam, didn't I? I don't know why that hurt. It's full of air. There's plenty of room in here. This is a really good family tent. You're not going to have to mess about with poles. You've got 4 pegs on. You've got 1 peg on each corner. You've got 2 pegs for the stow pockets, and then you've got 4 pegs for the guy lines, which I don't think you'd necessarily need to use unless you are expecting some wind. Let's get some more light. Dark in there. Yeah, It is. There is a loose thread there. That is nothing to worry about. Material-wise, I think it's Oxford cloth on top. That, I don't know what the material is on the floor. It is a really well thought out tent. Just realised before I give you my final thoughts, I got to deflate this because I'm not sleeping in this tonight. Easy to deflate. Your valves literally closed up at the start. One of those and it should go off like a shotgun. Just like that. Yeah, for such a large bulky item, and because there's this taco bag, it's just easy. It's just, they've just simplified the process. It's not that awkward. That's it. It's easy. And it's, like I said, I don't think it's 13 kilos. I don't even think it's 12 and a half. It's a lot lighter. I'd say that's nearer 10 and a half to 11. It's a perfect ideal family tent. It really is. You, your mum, your dad and your gran can go anywhere you want in this. My final thoughts, I really like it. If I had a family, if I had a group of us maybe, this would be the tent to take, it really would. It's budget friendly. They're going for like 400 quid now. 400 quid for something like that. I mean, how much is this, like the equivalent 10-person tent? So close as I've found on the interwebs is a Van Gogh tent called a Purbeck 600 XL. It's a 6-person tent and it's £367. Why wouldn't you have the extra room? There's an 8-person here for 363. Berghaus are a credible brand, I'd say. 7-person tent, 519. I'd say for £400 and that inflation system, that is a true gem of family tents. I don't know much about family tents, but I know enough to know they're bloody hassle. That isn't hassle. Thank you, Reactive Outdoor, for sending me that. That was quite an interesting experience. If you're going to change anything, I would put some zips on those bottom vents just so you can put your dirty shoes and stuff outside. But there's not much you can change on that. It's a family tent. It does what it says on the can, doesn't it? But yeah, thank you, Reactive Outdoor. Thank you to anyone who's actually still watching. I've got a feeling this is a very long video. And subscribe if you haven't. If you have, good on you. Be kind to one another and remember to rock on, John.